Good morning, Internet. Today is Floral Friday, and I thought today I would do a simple arrangement that can lift one's mood. I've been feeling a bit peevish, a bit blue this week, and sometimes I find if I just make a simple arrangement, often scent-oriented, it kind of lifts my spirit, and as today's Floral Friday, that works out great. So I went out I found some more Queen Anne's lace in our garden, went to my little veg garden and picked some annuals I've planted there. I also, for me, scent really is a spirit lifter, so I really like fennel and dill, so I chose some of those. And you know, even if you don't have a garden, you can pick some wildflowers, pick dandelions. Even if you don't have any weeds or anything in your yard, you can cut some oak leaves or branches off a tree. Find funny things like pine cones or stones, and then get a fun or interesting container. And if you end up making a big mess of the whole thing, that sometimes is good too, because you end up just lifting your spirit because you start laughing at what a mess you've made of it, which I've done often. But yeah, so let's grab some random things. I even took some ivy from my planters under my little porch. Really, you can use anything. And for scent, even if you don't have any scented flowers, why not take one of your perfumes or something that you like and just spray some oak leaves from your yard and stick it in a funny bowl, and I bet your spirit will be lifted even if you end up laughing at yourself or just enjoying the smell. So, all right, let's get to today's Floral Friday. So here we are with our motley collection of randomness. As I said, I've been feeling a bit peevish and I just really didn't feel like any particular thing, so I just kind of went around and gathered things. We went out to the vegetable garden and I had some lettuces that were starting to go to seed. I picked some lovely dill and some fennel, which at least sometimes if you're not feeling up to it and you want to just do a quick arrangement, things that are heavily scented or have scents that make you feel good, and dill and fennel does for me, then that's often good. I grabbed a couple of bits of this color, petunia, the last of my not snapdragons. I can't even think of flowers today. Anyway, and of course, and I even took seed heads from my beautiful iris. I have water iris that bloom in May, early June, and they make these amazing seed heads. I even grabbed, because of the drought we've had, my beautiful purple hydrangeas have been turning this odd pinkish tone, which we don't normally get. So let's just make this a quick arrangement, just to talk about how quickly we can try to lift our spirits with a few things from around the yard. And again, this is lettuce, so let's do 3 stalks of lettuce. This is a nice large centerpiece, so let's strip the leaves, stick that down in there. Oh, I also got some gomphrena. I have gomphrena planted this year. I want to do more because this is a great dried flower, and it has a scent that some people don't like, but I like it. If you are someone who likes the smell of narcissus or paper whites, you probably would like this. If you're the type of person who thinks that flower smells like cat urine, then you won't like it. So let's stick those in there. And I really like the colors of the pinks and the purples in the seeding lettuce. Let's take our scented things. We'll stick our yellow flowered dill in there, off to the side. Dill. Some fennel. Oh, I love the smell of fennel. So we'll put fennel in there. Actually, I'm going to put this in the front so it can drape down. And since this vase is a fish, it's a vase that has a particular shape to it, I grabbed some ivy out of my shade, my little shade corner in my shade garden. So I might stick some of that down in here. The good thing about ivy too is, well, you can never have enough of it, or you'll always have sometimes too much of it, but I personally like ivy. So if I leave that in there, that will actually root. Maybe I'll pull that down just a bit. You can kind of manipulate it a little bit. Let's do the seed pods. So in pretty much how this week has been going, my camera just shut off, so I had to get that reset up again. And now if you hear laughter in the background, one of our neighbors is having their children over and they're playing out on their dock. So if you hear that, that's the laughter of children. Okay, so I left off with putting in the seed heads from my iris. And now this is a very loose arrangement. You can see I'm literally just sticking things in, Because sometimes if you're feeling blue as I've been, you just need to do something. Often for me it's to work on my art, which I have done today already, but that didn't seem to pick up my mood. So flowers for Floral Friday it is. Some Queen Anne's lace or cow parsley. You know, we call this Queen Anne's lace in the US, and I've heard it called cow parsley in the UK. However, I was reading one of my favorite garden writers from the UK, an Englishman who's now gone, Beverly Nichols, and he was calling it Queen Anne's lace. So I sometimes wonder if we just keep older English words, just as we kept our measurement system here. It's all feet and inches for us. Okay, so I'm not even looking at the camera very well to see what I'm doing here, but let's step back and see. You know, it's not that bad. This is a bit droopy. This fennel is probably not the best for a cut arrangement. It smells so good, but you know, if I stick it in the center, just for the scent, and drape it through like that, then because it's a bit lanky and wilty, you won't notice it as much. And I'll stick another bit of ivy in to give it some purchase. Foxglove, that's what I couldn't recall. The last of my foxglove, digitalis. Stick that in there for the pinks. And a little floret of my petunias. I forget the name of these petunias, but they are an annual, obviously. But they do quite well. Last week's Floral Friday, I've taken most things out, but the petunias I've left in because they're doing so well. And one more Queen Anne's lace. Let's see. Now, let's put it up here by the mermaid and have a look at the quickest floral arrangement yet. But you know what? It does lift my mood and it does make me happy. So I'm going to call that a successful Floral Friday. Let's move it down here. Yes, that shows the color much more as I can see it. So, well, that's Floral Friday. A quick one for sure. But you know what? I'm going to share with you some of the shots I took of the heavy winds and the storm yesterday, or on Wednesday from the hurricane, which it wasn't a hurricane, it was simply a tropical storm, if that. And then kind of tell you some ideas I think I'm going to be doing to change the channel up a bit. So I'm going to take this little interlude here to show the storm the other day, and although it does look like we're getting quite a bit of rain, actually the gardens were so dry afterwards, we really do need a proper rain. But that's neither here nor there. This little interlude is both to show the storm and how much my garden here gets battered by the sea. Look at my poor grapes on the arbor are blowing so hard. But also just to take a moment to say I think I need to focus my channel more. I only probably have a few viewers now anyway, so it probably won't make much difference, but I do want to start focusing my channel more. I think it needs to have a more cohesive blend to it, and I guess I just want to take this moment to say that hopefully my next video will be me making a new way to share my videos and possibly trying to have a more set schedule. So yeah, that was my little interlude to share my storm pictures and to let you know that hopefully the channel will be improving and for the better. All right, let's get back to the end of Floral Friday. Well, that's going to do it for us today for Floral Friday. I hope you enjoyed this very simple little floral arrangement. And I hope you weren't too bored by my yammering on during the storm about the type of changes I'd like to make on my site. I feel like I need to really focus more, and perhaps if I have a more cohesive focus, it actually might lift my mood as well and help me to approach both my art and taking care of the house and doing vlogs. So we'll see. Well, I shall see you tomorrow or the next day I post, which is also still up in question, trying to determine that. But thank you for joining me here today, and I will see you next time. Cheers! Oh, fennel. Heaven.